7-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. A huge play there right off the bat. 43 yards. How about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
23-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
Edwards-Helaire. That's good.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of
2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
At the Chargers' 7-yard line.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. And then he's caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill there to make the grab. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feeling they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. The veteran Tyrod Taylor gets set to lead this Chargers offense as they take the field.
Many in the outside world see Tyrod Taylor as a bridge quarterback since the Chargers moved on from Phillip Rivers and drafted Justin Herbert. But head coach Anthony Lynn, he sees much more than that. They were together as play caller and quarterback in Buffalo when they went to the playoffs. And Coach Lynn believes that Tyrod Taylor can replicate that in Los Angeles.
We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the...
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
1st and 10.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. Taylor a handoff, it's Eckler. But he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 39 yards there, a big one.
Now that was a big run. It takes them all the way down to the 1-yard line, and that'll shake the confidence of any defense. So when they're looking for a little bit of support now, looking at their defensive coordinator, if I'm him, I dial up some pressure. I just go after him because...
And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. They find themselves open for an easy touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
On the return, take over 1st and 10.
The defending champs heading back out. And the Chiefs, of course, 12-4 last year, expected to be the favorites to win the AFC West for a fifth straight season. Now, Charles, look, we know how difficult it is to repeat in the NFL as Super Bowl champs. What kind of chances do you give KC of doing so?
Well, let's start with the pessimism, right? Because no one has repeated in the NFL as Super Bowl champs since the Patriots in 2003-2004. Well, let's quickly get to the optimism. Patrick Mahomes is back at quarterback and has his new big-time contract. Don't forget Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming from LSU, the runner. They really think he's going to be valuable from day one. And the defense got better throughout the season last year. And
this is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Taken in the end zone. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline.
And this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off here, the 32.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And he's got it up and through. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Well, the Chargers offense heading back out there. And this, Charles, one of those teams it's kind of hard to get a grasp on for 2020. It would seem that you could make an argument for them being a playoff team, but you might be able to just as easily make an argument for them finishing last in the AFC West.
I can see where people can say that and see both sides of it, but I see this team contending for the AFC West title because this offense, Phillip Rivers won't be there anymore as their quarterback, but whether it's Tyrod Taylor or Justin Herbert, they've got a chance to score some points because Keenan Allen and Mike Williams in that receiving core, not to mention Austin Eckler as the lead runner, they can put points on the board, and let's face it, on defense, that's where they shine. Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram with the pass rush, Chris Harris added to the secondary, and Derwin James, who was an all-pro as a rookie in 2018, he's fully healthy once again.
A busy first quarter. His third catch of the afternoon is a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40.
On second down, Taylor looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
At the 40-yard line.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory right at the 40. From the gun, it's Taylor. Complete. It's Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Throwing again on second down. Taylor. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. And it's third down. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Again, it's Taylor. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They'll run for it with Eckler. And it's They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
The ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
They're on the stop.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Chiefs 21, Chargers 7.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen there to make the grab. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Hardman on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now, right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And look at this. They come right back with a big shot downfield. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
That's good.
A big play there for KC. And even 50 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Jerry Tillery.
2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Hill. That's good for a Kansas City Chief.
Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there, picking up the 1st down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. From the 3, 2nd and a yard.
2nd and 1 at the 3-yard line.
Now Edwards-Helaire. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people have to, wow, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Taylor rolling to his left. Taylor able to use those legs of his to pick up a first.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
That's a gain of
When
7.
Hunter Henry entered the league, people were really looking for him to establish himself as one of the best tight ends in the NFL. Ability to run and catch and make plays in open space. But the biggest obstacle he's had is just staying on the field. Ended up missing all of 2018 due to injury. When he's right, he is one of the better tight ends and better targets in the AFC West.
Now Taylor on first down. He's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
It's a gain of 7.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. They'll buy some time right. Taylor, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Good job starting on that scramble. Had his eyes on that first down marker, CD, but lost the most important thing, the football.
Yeah, wasn't quite there. Focused solely on getting to the first down marker. Forgot to cover up and take care of the ball.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Out of bounds.
A loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13. Here's Edwards-Helaire. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
The ball carrier.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. 74 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise. To me, that's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
He was brought down at the
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. On 2nd and 9. Taylor, he's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's
only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. And that is intercepted. Whoa. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion. Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Mecole Hardman, Pro Bowler last year as a rookie, is deep for KC. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it's Chiefs football, first and 10. The KC offense and Clyde Edwards-Helaire getting the ball back here. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sammy Watkins is a former first-round pick in the NFL, and he sure reminded us during Kansas City's run to the playoffs last season. 10 catches in the AFC Championship game and a 98-yard receiving game in Super Bowl 54. He did talk about possibly stepping away and getting some time in the offseason. Very happy to have him back in their lineup and in their fold.
Here's second and a yard.
Brings up second and a yard.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
Tyreek Hill certainly makes the front office look good when they spend a 5th-round pick on a guy. Then in his first 4 seasons,
this is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, as the first half is winding down. So the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow, because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? So we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Fielded in the end zone. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Taylor and the Chargers come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They're going to go toss right side with Eckler. And 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. He completes it to Henry. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Taylor sliding out of the pocket. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
With Melvin Gordon moving on to Denver, Austin Eckler is officially the Chargers' #1 option at the running back position. Gordon spent a lot of time holding out last year. Eckler took full advantage with a breakout season. 92 receptions, 993 yards, and 8 touchdowns. He was in the top 10 in the league in receptions, receiving touchdowns, and all-purpose yards.
On 2nd and 11 now. Taylor, and caught by Henry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, Taylor. He'll get this to Eckler. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter. It's up to 4 on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick.
And it's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. On 2nd down, Eckler, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
Taylor now to throw on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill. Hit 35 before he's out of bounds. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
7-yard line.
On first down, it's Taylor. Complete. Henry over the ground. And Henry's hit. He lost the football.
Taylor's pass complete to Virgil Green. A fumble.
Well, call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He may try and run for this. Taylor, he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. Tough end of that play. He had his eyes on that first down marker, but he lost his luggage along the way.
Left it behind, so to speak. I like your analogy there, but here's the key. As he's maneuvering, as he's picking up the first down, as he's gaining yardage, what's the one thing he forgot about?
Ball security.
Exactly. Everything else working perfectly, and he forgot the most important piece.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Offensively on the deep ball, the secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins for the Kansas City first.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
The ball carrier.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Edwards-Helaire.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Carrier.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. He's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the ball carrier. Jerry Tillery on the stop. A loss of 2 yards. It's now 3rd down and 3.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, it's Thompson trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Taken down.
Gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
It's now
The Chiefs on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And this is caught by Watkins. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on.
After reviewing the play,
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends. They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to ball his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Darrell Williams taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Fielded in the end zone. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
at their own 25-yard line.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
They're out there to see if they can pick those things back up. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the move to his left. And he's going to keep it here. He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your at this stage of the game. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The big money man, Chris Jones, getting in there to bring him to the ground. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Taylor. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Taylor on 3rd down throws incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that first instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down. Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game of the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Room here to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Touchdown, Chiefs.
He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback. Tyrod Taylor now gears up to lead his offense again. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When it's struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him, and say, all right, well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor, he's got his tight end complete. It's Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking for the Pro Bowl wideout Keenan Allen there. And it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll leave it to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.